You ready? Are we rolling? All right, guys, we're rolling. Here we go. I'm going to show you my knot that I use for a drop shot. It's a knot that a good buddy of mine, some of y'all probably know him, up in New York, Jody White, won the Bassmaster Open last year at St. Lawrence. Had to give me a shout out. Dude's a stud. Anyways, I've always tied a Palomar with a drop shot. Don't lose a lot of fish, okay? I really don't. I can't say I've ever really truly broke off a fish because of my knot. I mean, a Palomar is a great knot. But he showed me this knot, and I don't know what it's called, but it's an awesome knot. So I'm going to show you guys. And if you like throwing a drop shot, maybe this knot will help you. Hopefully Jody don't mind me showing y'all this. So, all right, start my hook. That's a rebar RoboWorm hook. I mean, you know, nothing special. Great hook. I usually use a nose hook, which I tie the same knot on nose hook. But you're going to start just like you're doing a Palomar. Go in the front side. That's the most important part to me for be a good knot, is always go in the front side. Don't know if it makes any difference, but I go on the front side first, then come back up through the back, just like you would starting a Palomar. Now, for where I'm at right now, Santee Cooper, I don't want a very long leader. And I'm actually tying this on a casting rod as well with 14-pound Yo-Zuri T7, so it's going to be a little different. But the longer you want your hook to weight leader to be, so say you want like a 3-foot drop, which is huge, but just say you want a 3-foot drop between your hook and your weight, you're just going to come further and further. Just here, babe, watch your arm for a second so I can show these guys how to do this. Okay, you got my line wrapped all around your arm here. Okay, here we go. Anyways, you just got to make it longer and longer and longer like that. So I'm pulling on the tag end, just hold my finger in the sleeve. That's how you make it longer. Okay, well, I don't want that long of a drop. I only want about a 10-inch drop here, if that. So, you know, I'd say that's about probably a little 12, 13 inches maybe right there. You want a little excess, you can always cut some off tag in. Anyways, make sure them lines are perfectly parallel. Nothing's twisted, all right? Now, get that hook about, I grab this, now it takes some time to learn how to tie this knot, okay? It really does. But once you figure it out, it's very easy. Are you zoomed in so they can see really good? Grab your 2 lines right here, okay? I got my loop in. Pinch right above the eye of the hook. That's one of the most important parts. Don't let your main line and that tag in get in the way. I just make a little loop right there, about like that. I don't do knot videos very often, so I'm probably not doing this showing y'all guys exactly really well, but I make a little loop and I'm going to go through that loop 4 times. Okay, it's pretty fast once you go to tying it, or you tied it a bunch. And I've got everything pretty tight, trying to really show you guys, so it's making it a little harder on me. But anyways, there's my 4 times. All right, so it's going to kind of look, ooh, that hook's sharp. It's going to kind of look like that. Just foot it really good. Pull it tight. Now, I know there's other knots out there that ends up with 3 tag line, and I've had a bunch of people ask me about this knot, and I've told them, well, I don't know, I'll tie one with 3 tag ends, and they say, well, I'll tie that too. Well, I've watched them tie it, and it's totally opposite of this knot, or it's not the same. Now, I might come to the same conclusion where you got 3 tag ends, but it's still not the same knot. Anyways, the longest tag in here, which is going to be what you want connected to your weight, obviously, you don't want to cut that, which typically this is the exact same knot I tie with everything, a jig, a wobble head, spinnerbait, chatterbait, whatever. But with a drop shot, you just want to cut those 2 little tag ends like that. Okay, so you'll still have that tag end like that, and that's what your weight goes to. Always come back through and go through the front of that hook, always. That'll make that hook stand up perfectly straight every time, just like it right there. And that's it. That's my knot that I tie on pretty much everything other than like a jig head minnow, and I tie a loop knot or crappie fishing, which I'll show you guys that knot too. And when I show it to you, you'll think there's no way that knot's not going to break, but it never has. So, but this knot right here, I promise you, if you break it, it ain't the knot, it's your line. You just had a bad spot in your line. That is by far the stoutest knot I've ever used, and I started tying it back the fall of 2022, actually the summer, right before he showed me, right before I won the title on, no, right after I won the title on St. Lawrence River. And thankfully I never broke any off in the title that cost me that championship or anything, but I can say legitimately I've never broke a fish off since I've started using that knot on a drop shot or anything. It's way better than a Palomar, I promise you. It's just stout. I'm like one of them guys when I'm flipping and stuff like that. I'm a slack liner. I like to just crack them on a slack line, and that's usually how you break your line or break a knot. And you're not breaking this knot. Okay, it's awesome. So try it out. Let me know if you like it.